up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Film 411. I am your host, Leo, and as you can see, back with me is my co-host, Henry.
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing today, Henry?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, better than last week?
Nope.
Somewhat better than last week?
Nope.
A little bit better than last week?
Only if someone leaves a comment saying donuts.
Leave a comment saying donuts!
All right, there.
Okay, so we're going to jump right into recent news. So, in recent news, what do we got first, Henry?
We have Dumb and Dumber 2 new pictures up already.
Oh, yeah. Dumb and Dumber 2 is going to be coming up. That's going to be starring Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels again. Yeah, looking at these two pictures, you can see that they're not going to try to make them young. You know, they're not going to play it off as here's these two kids again just being dumb. You know, they're going to have them being older, and I think they're going to have them dealing with a little more, even more mature situations, and I think it's just going to be hilarious. You can see Jeff Daniels definitely got older, and as well as Jim Carrey.
Hey.
Both of them just look hilarious.
He looks great.
Okay, then we'll jump to that. What do you think about these pictures, Henry?
I think it's good. I think it's great that they're back together again. I like how in the picture, if you guys can see, Jim Carrey's promoting his new book, I think called How Rollin' Rolls.
That's his book?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
He
know
tweeted.
that.
He tweeted. It says right here. Tweeted. How Rollin' Rolls comes out today, but it may be a little too sophisticated for Lloyd and Harry. Yep, they're back. Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that was his book.
Yeah. But I think it's great how those pictures are like that, and it just brings back a bunch of memories. And I really want to see how they're gonna do it this time. How funny it's gonna be. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're promoting this well. I mean, it seems like every 2 weeks, or just little by little, they're like, here's a little something, here's a little something. We haven't got the trailer yet, but you know, just these pictures alone, you're like, God, I can't wait for this movie. You know, I mean, that's how I feel about it. You know, I'm just like, I can't wait for this movie. So we'll leave it off right there. I mean, I can't wait for this movie, and I'm sure you feel the exact same way.
Yep.
So up next, we got Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart teaming up in a movie. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, both of those guys are just so funny. I think them two coming in together is just gonna be too much. They're teaming up, and the movie is gonna be called Get Hard. Right? This movie's called Get Hard. That's already. Oh my god, that's gonna be directed by Ian Cannon, and Ian Cannon directed Tropic Thunder, and he also directed Idiocracy. I mean, I loved Idiocracy. I don't know, have you seen Idiocracy? No? You haven't seen that?
I think I have. I'm not sure.
Idiocracy, that's the guy where he kind of gets, not transported to the future, but he's like in a pod.
Oh, yes, I have.
And he goes to
I've seen that.
Everyone is just
I love that movie.
dumb. That movie is just so hilarious. And if this guy's going to be directing Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart together.
He's the smartest man in the world.
Yeah. I think that movie is just going to be crazy hit. It looks so funny.
I believe it's going to be a crazy hit because of Kevin Hart.
Well, and Will Ferrell, both of them.
I'm not a big Will Ferrell.
I know you're not. This guy, I don't know. But the story for this movie is going to go... A rich, soft-handed investment bank manager, played by Will Ferrell, is sentenced to a maximum security prison for a crime he didn't commit. He hires the streetwise guy who normally washes his car, played by Kevin Hart, to get him ready to do hard time in the 30 days before he has to report to prison.
I didn't have that on my paper, but it sounds pretty cool.
Well, I think that sounds just hilarious. What do you think? How do you think this movie's going to turn out, Henry?
I just said it. It sounds cool.
Oh, okay. That's it? That's all you got to add to it?
Kevin Hart's the best?
Kevin Hart's the best.
Yep. Makes me laugh every time.
That team up's going to be so amazing. I hope it turns out so good, and they have plenty of movies that they're going to do together. You know, I can't wait for it. So, up next, we got Dante's Inferno has announced their director, which is going to be Fede Alvarez. And that Fede Alvarez had directed the remake of Evil Dead.
Hell yeah.
And that's going to be produced by Universal Studios. So, Fede Alvarez directing this, I think it's a good direction to go. You know, the people were up and down on the new Evil Dead remake, but honestly, I think that was just because people love the old one and they're like, they don't want to see a new one. You know, it's just everywhere. But I think looking at it as a film on its own, it was a really good film that was, you know, pieced together, and I think Fede Alvarez did really good on it. I mean, I like him for Dante's Inferno. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I love the movie.
You love the Evil Dead remake?
Yeah, I didn't have any like negative feelings towards it or anything.
Yeah, I liked it myself.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not a big Dante's Inferno fan, but knowing that he's gonna be helping out with this, I'm pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty like.
I mean, I didn't even see that.
I hope he makes it pretty.
I didn't even see that in the movies. Me and Michelle, we went to go see it in the drive-in.
Oh, look at you, all romantic. No, it's not romantic at all, dude. You're taking your girlfriend to go see like a bloody gore movie at a drive-in.
Yeah. You'd be like, whoa, it's scary. And that's me. I get
too much of an example here, people.
And that's me. I'm like, I'm scared. She's the one who's like, oh, come here, it's okay. And I'm like, oh.
You're talking about Michelle?
Yeah, she's the one that holds me, and I'm like, oh, like I get all scared.
I had to say the name.
But Dante's Inferno, what do you think about them doing this video game movie?
I don't know. You know, not a lot of video games can be good movies. You know,
they do have a bad record.
Yeah, but then again, you know, some video games become great movies. Like check out Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? And then some video games don't make good movies. Like, you know, check out Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, when you said good movies, I was like, ah.
You know, in our childhood, they looked great. But, you know, once you got older, you started to see the default. And you started to see how much they kind of pretty much almost suck.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why sometimes they can be good movies. And sometimes...
Yeah, I mean, video game movies do have a bad record. I mean, you got Mortal Kombat. And
like,
although the Tomb Raider did okay, it wasn't something that was huge, and like they wanted to keep making a bunch of them. It just...
Well, one, it was a leading girl. So. Anyway.
But I mean, it just has a bad record. But
I like the Tomb Raider movies.
I noticed they are trying to push it. I mean, they got this Dante's Inferno's coming out. They got the Ghost Recon movie, and then they got
I like Total Recall.
Assassin's Creed. They got Assassin's Creed. Huh?
Really?
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed. That's a video game.
I understand that, but like,
I'm just saying for the point that I'm making right now.
Yeah.
That counts.
No, but for the point that you messed up on with the Total Recall thing, I thought that movie was great. I like that movie.
Total Recall or Total Recall remake?
They're both.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know, Dante Inferno, Fede Alvarez, I think it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, so J.J. Abrams was saying that he wants this to be more real. And he was saying that in 4, 5, and 6, as a child, he felt that they were real. Like, you know, he can feel the evil presence of Darth Vader being there in the movie. Like, when he came up, you were like, oh, you know, there he is. But that he didn't... You know, with 1, 2, and 3, you know, you didn't really get that. There was never really a villain that really stuck through the whole thing. Yeah, Darth Maul, which was great, but only in the first movie. And then in the second one, they brought, what was it, Dooku? Count Dooku?
Oh, yeah, Count Dooku.
Count Dooku, who was not even there that long either. And
Grievous,
who barely saw any screen time, you know. But then you finally had Darth Vader pop up, you have the Sith, and it was just too late in the end. Like, you know, that's it.
Well, technically, Darth Vader was there from the very beginning.
Not technically,
was, you know.
Well, no, Anakin was.
That's why. Technically, Darth Vader was there from the very beginning. Because he is Darth Vader.
Tomato, whatever way you see it. I mean, if he does want to make this more feel real, and like he wants to relate to 4, 5, and 6, then I'm all for it. Go ahead. 4, 5, and 6 were the best ones. So if he wants to do something that feels like that, do it. It's more real.
I'm right there with you, man. Just Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Let's
Make
do
it real.
Let's do it.
4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Make it like that. But not like that.
Yeah. I was about to say, not like that. But you can do it like that. Yeah, J.J. Abrams says, he wants to make it more real. That I'm all for that too. I hope he does make it real lightsabers. I go buy it at Walmart or whatever. Be great.
That would be great.
Right? Alright. Now, what I really want to talk about, Man of Steel 2, should Superman be able to kill?
Yeah, so Zack Snyder in a recent interview was talking about how, when he made General Zod die, when he had Superman kill him, that it took a lot of thinking, and that was a long process of should they do that or should they not. And eventually, obviously he did go with it. But they're saying in the future, should Batman be someone who kills?
Batman or Superman?
Superman.
You said Batman.
I said Batman?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Superman. When he was fighting in the city, obviously a lot of civilians had died. But he had just became Superman. I mean, it's not his fault. General Zod's going to take the fight wherever General Zod took it. And he was there just trying to fight it. But as far as them saying, should Superman kill? I don't see we're going to see Superman in these films kill. I think as far as General Zod, that's going to be the last death that he causes by his own hands. But I mean, how do you're the Superman guy? I'm Marvel, but you're the Superman guy. How do you feel about should Superman kill, and how do you feel about General Zod being killed?
Actually, I've talked a lot about this with my friends. I like the movie. I love the movie. Should Superman be able to kill? Me myself, the way I want to see Superman, the way I've read Superman, the way I've always wanted to be, wanted him to be portrayed. I believe he should be able to kill, but the little kid in me, the fan in me, I don't know. I've never seen him I want him to stay true. Him killing General Zod, I didn't like that because I'm also a Zod fan. But I don't know. It's just they do what they want to do, and then again, like you said, Superman is Clark Kent just barely became Superman, so he was put in an impossible situation.
Yes,
you can't get away from that. It's either you kill him and save everything, or you let everything be destroyed. I
mean, you could see the way he felt after killing Zod, and I just feel like in the direction that these movies are gonna go, that's it. That's his line.
I think that's where he actually started to see the moral of life. I think that's where he's like, I don't want to do this ever again.
I think he doesn't want to be a guy who
I don't want to do this
alive. Yeah. Moving forward. So up next, we're going to talk about a trailer. I had just seen this trailer for the first time. I went to go see You're Next this past weekend. And I saw this trailer. I was like, I didn't even know this movie was being made. So I'm going to talk about Escape Plan. And Escape Plan is going to be starring Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I thought it was Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger.
Skeleton.
That's one of your favorite actors, isn't it? Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Arnold
Schwarzenegger. Yeah. Schwarzenegger.
And Sylvester Stallone. The story goes, Ray Braslin, played by Stallone, the world's foremost authority on structural security, agrees to take on one last job, breaking out of an ultra-secret, high-tech facility called The Tomb. But when he is wrongly imprisoned, he must recruit fellow inmate Emil Rottmeyer, played by Schwarzenegger, to help devise a daring, nearly impossible plan to escape from the most protected and fortified prison ever built.
Yeah! Boom! So, when I saw the trailer of this, I thought it looked amazing. I mean, it was awesome. It feels like it's just going to be a fun ride. What?
Fun ride.
Yeah, fun ride.
I didn't know it was a ride. Is it at Universal Studios, Disneyland?
No, I'm just saying, like, for a movie,
Parks?
it's just gonna be like a fun ride. Like, just watch the movie, you know, the action.
It's gonna be a fun ride to the movies, people.
You saw these trailers too. What do you think of them, Henry?
Great, perfect. Want to see it?
Yeah, so Escape Plan looks like an awesome movie.
Great movie.
A great movie that I'm gonna go watch, and this guy's gonna go watch.
Without him.
Are you guys gonna go watch?
Without him.
I don't know.
Kidding.
Well, moving on. We got movies coming out this week. So this week we have Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Cloudy Whack-'em 2. And also we have Don John opening up this week. So, and then we have Don John opening up this weekend too. So first we'll start with Cloudy Whack-'em 2.
Yes.
You have the storyline on that one, Henry.
Yeah. The storyline goes. Cloudy 2 picks up where the first movie left off, with Flint Lockwood discovering that his evil invention, which turns water into food, is still operating and now creating mutant food beasts. With the fate of humanity in his hands, Flint and his friends must embark on a dangerous, delicious mission, battling hungry crocodiles, shrimpanzees, apple pythons, double bacon cheese spiders. I like mine with the triple, but the double bacon is fine. And other food creatures to save the world. Again.
So I've seen the previews to this. I just recently watched the first one, probably a month ago. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it. The characters were funny. I like the fact that there wasn't really a villain. You know? Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say the mayor was the villain, but he wasn't. He was more just stupid and just, made bad decisions. But I like Cloudy 1. I think Cloudy 2 looks pretty good too. I like the twist that now the food's alive, and I thought it was taco dials, shrimpanzees, apple pythons.
Double bacon cheese spiders.
Double bacon cheese spiders.
Double chicken. I said double bacon. Double bacon cheese spiders.
Okay.
God.
But yeah, it's cute. It's a good movie for the kids this week.
Riku.
Have you seen the previous to this?
Yes.
Cloudy 2? What'd you think of it?
Hilarious.
Have you seen the first one?
Yes.
You like the first one?
Hilarious.
Hilarious. You wanna go see the second one?
Yes. Hilarious.
I think I might see it too.
I'm gonna take my nieces and my nephew.
So that's gonna be opening up September 27th. So we'll leave a link below to the trailer so you can watch the trailer on that and check it out for yourself if you want to see that movie.
It'll be hilarious.
Up next, we got Don John.
The Don John.
Don John. Can I do that too, or is that just...
That's just me.
I can't do that?
No, this one was me.
Fine.
I like it.
Well, Don John, you got the story on that one, don't you?
Yes, I got the storyline on that one. Let me see. It says, John Rotello, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, is a strong, handsome, and a good old-fashioned guy. His buddies call him Don John due to his ability to pull a different woman every weekend. But even the finest fling doesn't compare to the bliss he finds alone in front of the computer watching pornography. Barbara Sugarman, played by Scarlett Johansson, is a bright, beautiful, good old-fashioned girl raised on romantic Hollywood movies. She's determined to find her Prince Charming and ride off into the sunset. Wrestling with good old-fashioned expectations of the opposite sex, John and Barbara struggle against a media culture full of false fantasies to try and find true intimacy. What do you think about that?
Don John, it has really good reviews. I can tell you that right now. The reviews that's been coming out of it has been really positive, and all the critics are saying go watch this movie. It's actually a comedy. It doesn't seem like it, but it's supposed to be a comedy. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I'm probably gonna see it. But how does this movie look for you, Henry?
I don't know. It looks good. I probably won't go watch it by myself, but if someone asks me, I'll say yeah, sure, let's go.
Is there movies you go watch by yourself?
Yeah.
You poor guy.
I'd probably wait like a couple of days for someone to tell me how it was, and if I'm interested, I'd go watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much right there with you. So that's Don John. That's going to be opening up also September 27th. And just like Cloudy Wacom, we'll be leaving a link below to the trailer so you can go watch that, check it out, and see if you want to go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So up next, we got one of my favorite segments, Box Office. The way this works is Henry's going to read off all top 10 of today's box office and their current total gross income.
Number 1, Prisoners, 21.4 million. 2, Insidious Chapter 2, 60.9 million. The Family, with 25.6 million. Number 4, Instructions Not Included, 30.3 million. Number 5, Battle of the Year, with only 5 million. They probably couldn't battle it right. Number 6, We're the Millers, 138.2 million. Number 7, Lee Daniels, The Butler, with 106.5 million. Riddick, with 37.2 million at number 8. The Wizard of Oz 3D at 3.0 million at number 9. I didn't even know that was out.
Yeah.
Anyways, with 86.5 million at number 10. Planes. And that for you, my friend, is this week's box office.
Okay, so there's a couple key things we want to talk about in this week's box office. Number 1 being the number 1 movie, Prisoners. This is the first week it's been out, and it's made $21.4 million so far with a $40 million budget. So 21's not really a big number, but I think for late September movies, it's alright. I mean, everyone's going back to school. It's not summer where you hit these movies with like 80 million, 90 something million. So, I mean, 21's okay. The only thing about it is the budget's 40, so it has quite a few weeks to go. And there's some movies, that people want to watch coming up. And I'm not sure if they'll get in the way or not. I mean, there's similar things happening with The Family. I mean, that movie opened up against Insidious. And I think if it wasn't, it would have done a little bit better. But, I mean, we'll see where Prisoners goes. So for now, it's like a semi-good thing. I don't know. But Insidious Chapter 2 is really doing good. Flying colors with 60 million this week in total. It made 14 million just this weekend alone. This is the second weekend it's been out with a budget of $5 million. A $60 million profit right now is basically what they're looking at. It's going to be out for a few weeks more, and it's just I can see it making another 10-15 million, and that's 10-15 million more profit. That's just really good for Insidious. Like I said last week, there's an Insidious Chapter 3 already moving forward. But next I want to talk about Battle of the Year. That's the number 5 movie this week. And that one simply just bombed.
Right over my face.
Right over your face. Bombed.
Nope, right over my face.
This is the first week it's out, and it's the number 5 movie. You got Prisoners, Insidious Chapter 2, The Family, all in front of it. But, I mean, this movie just came out, and it only made $5 million. And that's on a $20 million budget. I see this movie not making any profit whatsoever. I mean, by next week, I could probably predict it's going to be either 8 or 9. I mean, this movie it did really bad. I mean, what do you think of how bad it did?
I was actually looking forward to watching it because I kind of like a lot of dance movies, but this one didn't really catch me that much. You know, it didn't. Not a lot of people said a lot of good things about it. So
I mean, it seemed like it didn't catch well with anybody. Like I said, I guess I see this being like 7 or 8 next week. But moving on, number 9, we got Wizard of Oz out there. This is the, I don't know what year celebration, but annual. So they decided to throw Wizard of Oz out there in the movie theaters because any money it makes in there, it's a profit. So it made $3 million. So that's $3 million profit that this, production company did not have. So, I mean, throwing it out there for a couple of weeks didn't cost them much at all, and they made $3 million. So that's a win for them. So that's it for box office. So up next we got today's hot topic, and today's hot topic is going to be Thor 2 / the direction that Marvel's going in. So this week Thor 2 had released 2 new pictures that they got. I don't know if they were cover pictures because there's nothing on it. It was just boom, here's a picture. I think they might be poster pictures of Natalie Portman as Jane Foster, and they had one of Jamie Alexander as Sif. So, I mean, what do you think of these 2 pictures?
Hubba.
Hubba hubba.
No, I was trying to say, how about more pictures? Like, I would like to see more pictures.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, but more pictures. Right?
They are hot, though.
Hubba hubba. I mean, yeah, I like them too. I mean, I just can't wait to watch the movie to see them in action.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was reported this week also that Joss Whedon actually played a significant role in the script for Thor 2. But you have the quotes that Alan Taylor gave, right?
Yeah, Shane, let me read them for you. Josh came in to save our lives a couple of times, says Taylor. We had a major scene that was not working on the page at all in London, and he basically got airlifted in like a SWAT team or something. He came down, rewrote the scene, and before he got back to his plane, I sort of grabbed him and said, and this scene and this scene. And he rewrote 2 other scenes that I thought had problems. Then finally we let him go. He took off again, and we shot the scenes, and they were just much better, much more lighter on their feet, much more fun, much more surprising than what we had been trying to do.
That's so funny. Like, I could just picture them being like, "Oh, we gotta get in, Josh." Like, he was all SWAT team. Like, he just comes in like, "Oh, we need to change this and that. Move that here. We need to go all this. Yeah, all right, let's go, team, go, and like, just taking off. Like, it's so funny the way he's like brought him as a SWAT team. I was like, "Go, please, change all this that I got done here." Right? I mean, it's good, yeah. I mean, Joss Whedon is going to be doing Avengers too, but it's just funny that this is supposed to be Alan Taylor's film. He's like, can you fix this for me?
Well, he didn't say the whole thing, he just said a scene.
I know, but come on. If he's giving a credit for like 3 scenes, he probably did like 10. But, I mean...
You got a point there, mister.
I mean, I like it. Yeah, Joss Whedon's doing Avengers 2. If he has any help in the story, it's just going to help push the, closeness of Thor 2 and Avengers. Well, I mean, what do you think about them having Josh come in and help?
I think it's great.
That's great.
Great. It's good to have him. It's good to have him on. We need him. No, yeah, it's cool and funny how you described the hell out of that thing, but no, I think it's cool. It's like having like if you were directing a movie, whatever, producing a movie, and I was over there doing something, and then you ended up calling me for some advice or some help or whatever. I'd just sweep down like a SWAT team too.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd actually shoot a zip line so I could just go all the way down. But,
yeah, I mean, I definitely see why they did it. I mean, if there was things that he felt weren't right. Of course,
either way, we all need to help each other to make a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the first person he's going to call is Josh. Josh is ultimately what's all these movies are going to be leading to. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. I just thought it was funny. It's just like, let's bring in Josh. We need to fix this. What are we supposed to do? Ah! Right?
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, how do you think these movies are going to be tie-in to Avengers 2? Like, do you think it's going to fluently just flow right into it? Like, at the end of these movies, do you feel like when it ends, you're like, okay, I see that going to Avengers 2? Or do you think it's just going to end as just like, here's this movie, and this movie's over now?
I don't know. I'm kind of split because I would love to see them tie into Avengers 2, but at the same time, I would like them to stand off on their own.
I mean, I don't know why I have the feeling. I have a feeling Thor is going to end where it's just like his movie's over. But, I mean, I know Thor's going to have an after-credit scene. I know Captain America's going to have an after-credit scene. I know Guardians of the Galaxy is. And I think all their movies are just going to end, like, boom. But the after-credit scene's going to be like, oh, here's a quick 10-second. Oh, now it's leading into the Avengers. Which, I don't like it that much. I mean, I get it. This is Thor. This is Thor's movie. Give him his own movie. But if I don't want half of Avengers 2 being like, oh, we have to get Thor back. Let's spend 20 minutes trying to get to him or find a way to get here. Or, you know, let's try to find a way to contact him. I want to see some sort of lead-in of, okay, Thor 2's movie's over, but let's spend like 5 minutes, you know, I gotta get to Earth. You know, something's happening, I gotta get there. Or some side of kind of tie-in. I don't want a 10-second, you know, another Nick Fury showing up, oh, Thor, we need your help again.
No,
you know?
I understand. I understand where you're coming from, and I am there. I see from your point of view as well. But again, like, you gotta go both ways, dude. We would love to see it tie into the movie. You know, he's there, and they don't have to explain that they have to go get him or whatever. Yeah, I understand that, but you have to also admit we would love to have it just stand alone by itself.
No, I mean, yeah, I see that. But if you're leading up to something, then lead up to it. You know? With Captain America, I know they're going to have some sort of tie-in. Even if it's not the after-credit scene, I think it's going to be part of the primary story just a little bit. You know, they have him fighting the Winter Soldier. That's what that story is going to be. But I can't help but feel that half of Captain America is going to be somewhat tied with what has to go on in Avengers 2. You know, I could be completely wrong. I don't know. But I know pretty much 100%. I really think Guardians of the Galaxy, half the movie is going to be introducing these characters in action. Like introduction, action. They're going to jump into that. But I have a strong hunch that Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be basically a tie-in movie. You know, that's why I kind of feel like Thor 2 is not going to have that tie-in. I feel like you know, Iron Man. The way Iron Man ended, there was no tie-in for Avengers. Even the after-credit scene wasn't a tie-in to the Avengers. And I feel like that's going to happen with Thor also. And it might happen with Captain America. I don't think any of those movies are going to have tie-ins to Avengers 2. But I think Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be like a whole tie-in movie. It's going to be half introducing these guys, these new batch of characters that we have. But I feel like the other half of the movie is going to lead into not the villain of Avengers 2, but it's going to lead into where they're going to go. I think you're going to see Iron Man in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think you're going to see Thor in Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think you're going to see Captain America in there. I do. I just have a strong hunch. I mean, like Hulk also. Hulk didn't even get a standalone film, but I feel like he just might play a significant role in Guardians of the Galaxy. They just haven't announced him yet.
With that?
They just haven't announced him yet.
Hulk needs his own movie.
I don't know. This is stuff that I have jumping around in my head. I don't know how you feel. Like, do you think they're gonna tie? I know you think they're gonna be standalone films.
No, I think they're all gonna do great.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, that's no question.
I'm more hoping than anything, but what I really want to say right now is, what up with all the Hulk movies, baby?
Where are they at?
Come on. Hulk's the power. Hulk's the strength. Hulk the muscle.
Do you think Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be a tie-in movie? I mean, I hope it is. I mean, as much as like, oh yeah, we should be introducing these characters and have a whole movie. I just... Okay, like, Iron Man's already ended. no tie into Avengers. If Thor ends with no tie into Avengers, and Captain America ties into Avengers, and so does Guardians of the Galaxy, yeah, there's gonna be Avengers 2, but I don't want Avengers being half a movie of a tie-in. Of, you know, and also I don't want it to just be like, oh, he's here, like we should just all know that. I don't want that. It doesn't make sense. I want some form of communication. I wish they would have showed that in
hopefully this reaches them, and they will reconsider every single detail that they have dreamt of and wanted to put in a movie. Just for your amusement.
Just for my amusement.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will. But yeah, I mean, I have plenty of things I gotta say about Marvel and where they're going. I think where they are going is a positive direction. There's just some things that I would hope that they will do. But, I mean, we'll see what they do with it. But so far, I think they're on the right track. I can't wait for Thor that comes out in about a month.
Can't wait for all of them.
Can't wait for all of them either.
I can't wait for the Hulk movie. Oh, wait. Where my Hulk movie at?
So that's it for this week, folks. If you like this video, please click that like button below. The comment section, if you want to leave any comments, critiques, or just want to give us a shout out, go ahead. If you want to just tell us what you think that Marvel direction should go, you should tell us. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our videos. Subscribing to our videos shows a lot of support and it helps out a lot. So we've been doing these videos for about a month now, and I think it's about time for a bloopers video, Henry.
We got a ton of that.
We got a ton of that. So I'm kind of thinking maybe once a month we'll release a bloopers video, just all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes of Film 411.
And a shout out to Alyssa Martinez.
And Michelle Horner. You know, if we don't say Monica, she'd be like, you guys didn't say my name.
You just did, so we're good.
We're good. That was
Monica.
Monica.
Oh, I have a message for you, for Monica. Edwin says you're Robin.
There it is. Monica's Robin. So that's it for this week. From us here at Film 411.
That's all, folks.